You're listening to In Response, a legacy podcast. A show where three handsome guys talk about their favorite Magic the Gathering format, Legacy. This show is brought to you by queerness@anycost.com and austrian-legacy.com. You can support the show at patreon.com/response_legacy. And now, lean back and enjoy.
Salve a tutti e benvenuti al 38esimo episodio Il Compagni delle Carte di
In Risposta,
un podcast Legacy.
Io sono Philipp Klein.
In italiano Filippo Piccolo. Io sono Pedro Blanco.
e io sono Daniele
E parliamo.
Quasi sempre.
di Legacy.
Welcome to the 38th episode.
Awesome.
We hope you liked our Italian intro this time. We did it as an honor to
Yep.
the awesome guys down in Bologna at Four Seasons, and also for Samuele Dagani and Nicolo Govoni and Lorenzo Andale.
And
Who,
the fucking Lorenzo.
yeah, don't forget him. Yeah, for sure. It was an awesome weekend. Oh my
sure,
gosh, it was so fucking great. Yeah, we are an R-rated podcast, so we're explicit. We don't care. We swear in this podcast. Yeah, so 3 weeks have gone since our last podcast episode. I mean, we had the live cast in between where we had
There were some live snippets of our trip through Bologna
yeah.
and
If you
some
didn't-
live moments.
If you didn't have already seen it, check it out. It's very experimental and it's a little bit strange, but it was very funny and it was great to do. And I think we will revisit this format a little bit more often and probably even go a little bit more professional in this.
In this kind of topic,
Yeah.
for sure, yeah. For this reason, it would be nice for our listeners to know their feedback. If they liked what they listened to and what can we improve. And if we at all should do more of this kind of stuff. I think this would be very important for us.
I mean,
yeah.
it will be for sure more structured in the future. Yeah. We will have, as we already got some feedback, we will have more on-air guests, for example, or more structured guest interviews, and not do a 40-minute play-by-play casting of a burn mirror.
But this was kind of spontaneous, and we
had
felt
fun. We had fun.
We had fun.
was
and
so strange.
It was strange, yeah, but it was the showdown of the giants.
Definitely.
I think it was the last round.
It was the last round.
Yeah, this was just our excitement was real.
Yeah, our brain was dead
Right.
too. So.
But
We should thank our Patreons.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Christian Neutz and Matt Duncan, for being our 2 Patreons. It's great to have you here. And if you want to get into this elite group, elite circle of supporters, consider joining us on Patreon. It's patreon.com/response_legacy. And yeah, also if you have feedback, hop onto our Discord. You can find the invite link in the show notes below and also on everywhere on our link tree. So with this being said, yeah, Peter, tell us what happened in your last 3 weeks.
I mean, Bologna happened.
Wow,
little bit.
really? What did you do there?
Played Legacy, and they eat a lot of food. And
Fuck yeah, the food was so amazing.
yeah, but other than Bologna, a lot of stuff to do for university, and I was at an Overrock festival, which was fucking amazing. So yeah, again, camping for 5 days or something like that, watching a lot of bands live on stage,
Drinking a lot of beer.
drinking a few beers, not that much actually. I didn't have a big
Wait,
hangover.
what?
I'm there for the party and the music. I'm not
Yeah.
there for getting hungover and puking into another tent. So
No, because going to festivals is like you have to drink a certain amount to be always in the right kind of we in Austria call it wave.
yeah,
yeah, but
Always be on the
by
wave.
now you should know me a little bit that I'm not that getting drunken a lot. So I'm without getting turned over by alcohol. I'm always in the wave, so it's quite okay for me.
Actually, so
Yeah,
What bands were your highlights for this weekend?
I mean, I would say the highlights were like Electric Callboy. The live concert was the show was just great. I was there basically 3 people away from the stage, so it was really amazing. The Alligator concert, which is a German artist, which was actually the last concert of the festival, was also pretty great. And other than that, a lot of good artists. Kraftklub, another German,
Kraftklub is cool.
was band. Another German band was really good. I mean, I was there with my girlfriend because she's like a big fan and stuff like that. And we were like 1 meter away from getting the sticks of the drummer. So
Okay.
it was a little bit unfortunate, but quite lucky on the other side that,
I mean, the lineup was so impressive. It was so
Very-
great.
Very,
it was really good.
I would have loved to go myself also, but
Well, it was one weekend after Bologna.
yeah, it was just too
You
hard.
kinda you come home for one day and then you kind of have to pack your things again and then you are off to Nickelsdorf.
The really little village. I think there's about 200 people or so
I'm not
during
sure.
the year.
I mean, it should be a little bit bigger because it's like an own district. But it's basically directly at the Hungarian border, and
Probably the Novorok Festival, the people that attend there boosts the average like citizens throughout the year up quite a little bit.
I mean, there were like 275,000 attendants.
Yeah.
So most likely.
So basically, what you're saying is it's a little small legacy FNM.
for sure. But
Let me dream.
it was good. But that's I think everything about me. So what happened in your life, Phil?
Boy, actually, I had my birthday last week on Monday.
Ooh, happy birthday.
Woo. I'm now fucking old.
Well, you stop at 29 and then every year after that it's always fucking old, right?
Yeah, it's fucking old. I'm always fucking old, and I will certainly continue to call it that way.
You turn fucking old now. Oh, nice. Congratulations.
But yeah, actually, I really like my birthdays. I really love to.
Because you get presents, you fucking stuff.
No. I mean, there are people out there who don't like the birthdays and who don't want to celebrate them.
Yeah, because they're extremely fucking old.
But I simply can't get it. I don't need presents, but I just love to celebrate it, and I will certainly do this next year again, and then we will make a huge tournament as a present for me. So
Yeah, we're gonna do a 29 people FNM.
probably.
Oh yeah, 29.
Probably,
and then if we ever reach, I don't know, if we ever reach past 30 consistently, we can call it the fucking old FNM.
The FONM.
The fucking FNM.
The fucking FNM.
But yeah,
The
if we
TFFNM.
get over 32 people constantly, we can send our data to Joseph Dyer, to Ball XP, and
we
he
have to
puts it into his legacy data collection. So if you're in Austria or in Upper Austria, just consider going to the fucking FNM because we need more people. We're at the moment about
20 to 22, something like this on average.
on average, yeah.
Yeah.
On average, it should be 22 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's average. Daniel, what happened in your life?
Well, let me first have a sip of this tasty Montenegro that we are sipping all together. So cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah, that's such a great bitter.
Speaking of these FNM events that we had, I'm a little bit busy with organizational stuff for our association that we have founded. That will start in the fall of this year.
Oh yeah.
We want to create a little bit more organized
Organized play, yeah.
organized play kind of for our FNM events, for our leagues. So I'm a little bit busy there. Some things will change for the players. We want to have some goodies and something like this, and we want to unite the community even more and bring more people towards our legacy FNM.
Yeah.
Besides that, jobs wise, well, I'm actually in the process of getting a new job because the final days of my PhD thesis have come. I only have 3 months to go, and for this I have to look into job applications and CV and all this stuff around this. And because I haven't really had a real application before, I don't have any experience with this at all.
You basically got all your jobs like, we need someone. Hey, you there! Come over here.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, if you want to, we can look into it.
You have experience with this?
I mean, when I searched for my first job, I did like 6 to 10 interviews.
Really? Okay.
Oh, fuck this shit.
You basically went to your dad said, you're gonna be a painter, and you worked at your dad's.
It was more like,
what do you want to do?
Either you go back to school or you go working, but you can't do nothing. So
Painted.
I mean,
it was easy.
Well, I choose basically until now school every time.
Yeah,
I don't want to go to
This is
work.
actually the same decisions. If you don't choose the work, when you decided to go for the work, to start with your painter career, I always choose school, university, and then get my master's degree, and then
master, PhD.
we have a PhD open position right now, and because I'm at the same institute and I have a master's degree already done there, so I can join the PhD program there, and here I am basically. So,
and now you're basically done, and you don't know what to do.
I mean, theoretically, you can do another master, another PhD.
yeah, I can go on with this like forever.
And you're retiring at 70 with only studying.
Yeah.
I did it, Mom, I did it. I have my 10th PhD.
So this will be quite stressful and a little bit uncertain what will come in the fall and near future. But looking forward to the results that will happen. So, and besides that, I visited Freising, of course, but we can talk about this later, of course. This was
because
a nice event.
Because it weaves certainly perfect into our topic of the day.
Yeah.
Because we haven't, for our non-Italian speakers and on our listeners, this episode is called The Fellowship of the Cards.
Yes.
So basically what we want to do is to celebrate the gathering that we had experienced the last month. Yeah.
Basically the whole of June, actually.
Yeah, it was so...
It's so amazing,
I'm so immensely grateful to be able to experience this whole gathering part of Magic again.
I think a big part of that is in legacy, in general community. I don't think that we have this kind of communities in other formats of Magic. I think legacy in specific is a very community-driven format.
That's true,
Yeah.
for sure.
And we certainly experienced that in Bologna.
I mean, I think it's like in Legacy, there are only like, I think it's called like enfranchised players.
Mm-hmm.
And in Legacy, it's much more of a player base than in Vintage. Because I think in Vintage it would be kind of the same, but we don't have the circuits all over Europe. But like in Legacy, it's like you have to build a community, you have to build it up. And all the heads of the communities, or a lot of community heads basically, or chiefs, or bosses, were like in Bologna.
Warlords.
And warlords, the legacy warlords. A few of them were in Bologna, and we kind of had the chance to get a meetup with them and talked a lot, and it was just amazing having getting to see that the blood is fresh within each of those communities.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
there are a lot of old and franchise players and teaching basically the young blood, the young kids, how to play with the cool cards.
True. And this kind of thing is what for a lot of players, and I think for us also, for us three, is what is a major part of why we are playing this game in the first place, I think.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also why are we doing all this work all the time?
Yeah. And yeah, Bologna certainly paid off in that sense. And
I mean, it didn't pay off, but it was an amazing event.
well, not in that sense,
not
but
monetary wise.
Not monetary
but
wise,
from
yeah.
an emotional standpoint, it was
Yeah.
top notch.
so
And from a food standpoint.
Oh, fuck yeah. And also, I'm so grateful also to because I was on stream with Nicolo and Samuele, and I was able to commentate with them the last 4 to 5 rounds, I think.
Should
Of
be
the
of the
main-
of the legacy main event.
of the legacy
should be
main
4
event.
rounds because I kicked
4
you out
round.
in round 5.
Yeah, that's true. You fucker. But yeah, that was also just so great, and we had so much fun. Oh, I can't wait to go to Bologna again.
So, Philip, what was your result in Bologna for?
Oh my God.
Peter said he kicked you out in the
Me
main
out in
event.
round 5, yeah. Then I was 2-3. Yeah.
2-3. Okay, so
He was too free to
Too free.
beat.
I was 2-2, and then you
and
beat me, and then I
you
went
played
2-3.
your trusty
Grixis Phoenix. Yeah.
Grixis Phoenix list, yeah.
Not the good lists that people are now playing. So more of the Storm list. Actually, I could have played a little bit better, then I probably would have had a better record, because I threw away game 1 versus Devon, Texas in round 2 by making a minor misplay.
I mean, I think as you told it was like a decision that you had to play around one of those things or something like that.
Because I played around Satsu Plausias, and I sacked the Phoenix with Cabal Therapy.
Yeah.
And it was basically, if he has a sword, it's the same.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if he has 2 swords, I'm dead.
Okay, yeah. I needed 2.
Nah, he had nothing,
Okay.
and he drew from the top.
Yeah.
The swords.
That's the swords, okay.
So yeah, this happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to go into bad beats here, because it was great.
Yeah.
It was just, it was a minor misplay of myself.
Yeah.
And but what's really funny is that we go to Bologna or drive 800 or 700 kilometers to play against each other.
I'm the one that is allowed to talk about this, because at the first day,
Oh yeah, go ahead, Peter.
I played against 3 players from our local community and had 1 bye out of 6 rounds, and started off the next day with another pairing against one of us.
Amazing.
And then in round 3, I played against Benedict Gruber from Freising, which is someone we also know. And then in round 5, I get to play against Philipp again. So in these rounds, it was like half and half, mixed between guys I don't know and friends,
Yeah,
basically.
you were so unlucky. I mean,
I mean,
you certainly didn't have won the matchup lottery.
I mean, the problem with me, if you're gonna, because you dropped out at 2-3, so
Yeah.
I will take over the results regarding part. I went 6-3. I lost to basically one show and tell variant because Emrakul. I won 1 game and lost 2, and I lost in the last round against Blue Green Omnishow, not Omnishow, Cloud Post.
Blue Green Cloud Post, yeah.
With Khan the Great Creator, because why the fuck not? And Stifle and Spellpierce main deck. It was it was a horror show.
Cloud Post with blue. What the fuck?
But yeah, it was like 2 Emrakul decks. I lost against those, and I lost against Benedict Gruber. He was on 4 color control, and he was like piloting the deck so good, and yeah.
You
It's
were
a
on
pretty
painter.
hard match.
You were
I
on
was
painter.
on
Yeah.
my red-white painter deck, which basically hasn't changed in the last 4 months or so. I didn't change a single card in this time.
That's not true. You upgraded.
I mean, I upgraded my personal copies of the cards.
Yeah, so you changed cards.
Yeah, the deck still hadn't changed.
If we're nitpicking here.
Yeah. Because I just ordered 2 hours ago another FBB for my deck, so yeah.
The second FBB plateau.
So
Beautiful.
I will have
Awesome.
4 FBB plateaus this year for sure. I mean, it costs like 100 euro to upgrade it to an FBB German, so fuck it. and yeah, no, it was amazing playing there. I think I played overall on a really good level. I had one match where I didn't function that great with my brain, but yeah, I was playing against Arndt, so it's basically easy. But
That's offensive. That's very offensive.
yeah, me as
I can feel the burn.
No.
me as the Leyland of the Void, deafening silence, and Ethos One Canonist player, am allowed to talk about it.
Yeah. Man is not unbeatable, but yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it was not me.
it was not you,
So
Daniel.
it's
was not
fine,
you,
yeah.
Daniel. And yeah, but yeah, it was amazing playing there. I mean, on the Friday I played Burn, just 3-3 finish.
On Saturday.
On Saturday, yeah, on Saturday.
Yeah, we totally forgot about talking about the side event. Oh my god.
Well, this was just a burn
It
fest.
was
yeah, it
just-
was just burn bus.
I mean, you played 4-2, Daniel.
yeah, I
Daniel Philipp.
almost. I certainly used up all my luck, but
Yeah, me too.
I've beaten 2 times Reanimator with burn.
That's very nice.
It's just such a horrible matchup.
I have beaten the mirror
Whoa. Okay. Now we're talking.
live on
Now we're
live
talking.
on commentary on our live cast.
Yeah.
So
So if
this
you
is
want
an
to check out,
accomplishment, and
Yeah.
I'm fine with.
That is
I mean,
true.
the ending of game 2 was like,
It was nice, yeah.
it was
This
really cool.
It was a nice interaction, yes.
I mean, the cool part was like playing against you, Philip, in round 5, like, because we both said like, even if we drop out here, even if we lose, it's gonna be good because the loser gets to cast the games.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, it was like you get to be relaxed, get to cast the games, have a good time in the cast, in the booth, and the other has to struggle to win for a maybe chance to even get prizes. So, I mean, I had a great time. I had to play Legacy for a few hours, and it was like really.
Did
Really
you
cool.
did you buy some cards from the vendors there?
I didn't bought a single card there
Really?
because I only was looking for FBB German plateaus.
Yeah, they didn't have them. Yeah,
and they
I-
didn't have
sure.
them.
Yeah, and did you buy something, Daniel?
Yes, I
Oh,
bought
tell me.
myself a nice. What did I actually buy? I think it was just a nice revised version of a plateau, my first one.
Do you need another plateau?
No, I just need one, and the reason for that is because of Jeskai at the moment,
Yeah.
and for the funsies basically. So I just want to have one copy of.
Plateau, best duel
So that-
ever
It's
confirmed.
the best tool ever.
It's-
I'm
it's-
playing 4 of
The
them.
reason is that I want to have one of each for sure, and then for the ones that I need more of, I want to have more.
So you need 3 other plateaus.
No, definitely not.
I mean, I have 2 to sell. I mean, one is for Philip.
Yeah, I'm going to need my third one.
And fun fact, I think we arrived at Friday to
Yeah.
Bologna, right? And I think it wasn't until Saturday evening when I was sure what I want to play in the main event.
Yeah.
I always had my mind on Jeskai, and I had a list ready and everything, and then I don't know, I played Burn in the side event, and I thought to myself, do I really want to grind all that long in all this heat for 9 rounds? Because we foreshadowed that it will be probably 9 rounds of Legacy,
Or up to 10.
or up to 10, depending on the participants, but
It was like 50 plays away from
Yeah.
10 rounds.
and I
15.
I-
15.
also
15.
Yeah.
I also have to give a shout out to Mark here at this, so Mark Erik Vogt. We jammed a few matches before the start of the side event on Saturday, and I packed out, or I brought a Storm against this 4-color control pile, and the matches were really, really nice. And this was actually the moment where I kind of got this feeling of being into Storm again. These little matches, this was a nice moment, and this was also the kind of in my back at the moment where I realized, okay, I just want to play Storm in the main event. This is my pet deck. This is the deck I have the most experience with. I know my lines and I know what to do, and therefore I want to play Storm. And that's what I ended up choosing. So
and in the open field there is a lot less hate against it, because there are no scraps in our local community. Like myself, playing like 5 copies against.
I mean,
specifically out.
It's still because it was kind of the last second decisions. I weren't not that great. I went 5 and 4, which is
above average. Yeah.
Above average, but that's it.
It's something.
Yeah, it could be much better, but I'm missing experience with Storm. But of course, there were some highlights, and I'm kind of proud for these highlights. And overall, had a pretty nice experience. I just played the basic version of Storm, the Grixis, and didn't really do any kind of tuning for my tastes. So this was also a factor that I couldn't really consider because of the short time frame that I had, one day before the main event. So next time I'm pretty sure I will focus straight up on Storm.
It's so interesting because you're talking about getting into the Storm vibe again, and I thought to myself just now in this situation here, shall I try Dredge again?
Not locally. Definitely not locally.
Yeah, that's a problem. We have so much
and this was also one of the big events where I realized here in the local events, you can't really prepare for a big event, and you just have to play completely something else. It is.
But I want to catch up on something that you said. You said you had highlights, because we asked our Discord for a few questions, and we got some. Are these highlights outplays? Or
outplays in terms of where I played out my opponent? Yeah, I had one exactly. It is. Actually, it happened. No, it happened twice. The first one is I played against Devon, Texas.
Yeah.
And I was facing a game 1. In the match, in the first game, I faced a turn 2 Thalia. Yeah. Normally for Storm, this is pretty rough to come back. Yeah. But I think I had a Thoughtseize for their Stoneforge Mystic, which is kind of, of course, a Yorion Texas version, and kind of the most easy way to get a really big clock with
Better Skull or Kaldra.
A Kaldra, exactly. And for this, I had bought myself a little bit of time, and this was the moment where I get to experience the strength of Cabal Ritual again. Cabal Ritual, when you have Threshold, you can generate a lot of mana, and I was able to game 1 Storm through Athalia.
Okay, that's good.
Wow.
That's really cool.
I built myself a line through this, and Cabal Ritual is one of the reasons why you can actually execute something like this, which is amazing from my taste at least. And the second one actually is a line that often comes up and I never really get to do, but I like it when I know I'm up against a force and I don't have a discard spell to remove the Force of Will or Force of Negation. Force of Negation is a different story, but let's say if I'm up against Force of Will, and I don't have a discard spell, here the amazing strength of Past in Flames comes in hand, because I built a lot of mana, a lot of Storm, and then I ended up casting Infernal Tutor and cracking Lead in response, and I discarded Past in Flames alongside the Lead. And I created the situation where the Infernal Tutor is on a stack. If my opponent lets the Tutor resolves, he will die. if he will counter the tutor, I can get to flashback my Pass and Flames. It still dies. So I created a situation where it doesn't matter what it does, or what my opponent does. He's dead nevertheless.
Okay.
And I really love the
quite
situations where, and I really realized my opponent was thinking, okay, the Infernal Tutor is on stack. You looked at the Black Graveyard, saw the Pass and Flames, and things. Looked at this Faust, and I'm dead regardless of what I'm doing, right? They said, yep.
Okay,
this is a nice
really
story,
cool.
actually. This is what actually the two most important highlights for Storm.
Yeah.
What about you?
A cool outplay was playing with it versus Philipp in our game 2, where I had to
Oh my god, this is sorry.
scan my opening hand because it was an O-lander, but it has like 2 0 drops, one of which was an Lotus Petal and an additional Moxopal, and it had like Deafening Silence and an Evil
Leyline.
Swan Canonist in hand.
And the Leyline.
And no, I don't think I had a... Did I had a Leyland too? If it was a lane, and it should be a Snapkeeper without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I was so astonished because you were the whole time. I'm not sure if I should keep this, and because it's a no land, and then it just said. I'm also not sure now about the.
I don't think that I had a
about the
Leyland,
Leyland, but
because it would die to the turn 1 Phoenixes, I think.
you were on the play. Yeah.
No, I was on the draw.
No, you were on
I
the
won-
play. You won game 1. I won game 2, and this was game 3.
I didn't lose a single game versus you. I'm sorry, Philip.
Is my memory misleading me?
Yeah,
That can happen.
because in game 1 I smashed you with a construct with a Shadow Spear.
that's true, because I haven't found anything. That was
I ended the game on
Wonderful.
32 or 36 lives. So.
Oh yeah, tough
And,
to beat.
Yeah, was really cool, and yeah, but I don't really have any outplays there. Do you have any?
I don't know.
I mean, you outplayed yourself in the one line.
Actually, I had one really, really strong play and really cool play. But I still lost the game because 8-cast can just rebuild so extremely.
Did you pulverize him?
Yeah, I pulverized him. But yeah, I want to tell the whole story.
Yeah.
Because I had my first turn free Phoenix. I go to town and attacked, and he just made with Psy and made top dust and blocked, and basically he blocked one of my Phoenixes dead, and I had 2 on board, and he made construct tokens and went to town, and I was like, okay, I just need to get him a little bit more how do you say this, invested in his board.
Yeah.
And I stayed home with 2 of my birds, and blocked one construct token.
Yeah.
So I had 1 bird still alive, and I had a burning wish in hand and a Cabal Therapy in the yard, and I was like, okay, so I have this bird here now, flashback therapy, call for Force of Will.
Yeah.
And he discarded the Force. I played Burning Wish, wished for Pulverize, sacked 2 mountains, pulverized his board, got 3 Phoenixes back, and beat his face in.
That's a really cool line, yeah.
That was so great. Unfortunately, he sacked 2 baubles, drew 3 cards, and just vomited out his hand again, and put 14 powers on the clear board.
Yeah. This is
was
the
just
strength.
this.
This is amazing from. This is just what 8-cast does sometimes.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, I was so impressed by his rebuilding. I mean,
It's the strength of the deck.
He had only a Psy of. Yeah, his board consisted of a Psy.
Yeah.
This was his whole board after pulverizing him.
Yeah.
This is a wink on in a bottle.
Yeah. I mean, I think I have a small outplay. I mean, I had like 2 welders out, and a synthesizer and the artifact land, and then I switched out the land and the synthesizer a few times against Blue-Red Delver, which basically generates your card advantage through the synthesizer and man advantage because you cycle in your lands in and out. And
that's nice.
I completely outvalued Blue-Red Delver.
Nice.
Is this the game where you welded in and out the synthesizer? And you drew 2 cards all the time?
I basically exit like 2 cards.
Yeah, wow, that's so impressive.
It's like insane. This card is, I think, the most undervalued card in
Legacy, meaning
Legacy.
Pauper, it's everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, the next point would be misplace. I think I can tell you a small misplace from one of my opponents. I mean, my biggest misplace were like 2 missed Esper Sentinel triggers for cards, but it was against Arndt, so I even won against it. So
it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. No, it was like this was the low point of the tournament for me with the 2 missed triggers. But yeah, my opponent, I had like an Grindstone in play. I had 3 mana sources. I had to sacrifice my Painter because my opponent show and telled in an Archon.
This wow, that's so
And
great.
then my opponent had like a judge call for a minute, and they were talking in Spanish and I didn't understand anything. So yeah, happens because I mean they were talking about a card in his hand. So the judge would have to go away to another table with the guy if I could understand Spanish. And then the judge stayed around, and then my opponent reanimated my Painter. and I said, yeah, which color do you want? And he said red. And I give him a red marker for the Painter. And then I got to my turn, I drew a card, and then I said like, yeah, I activate Grindstone, I guess. And then my opponent realized that he gave me the win, basically. It was like game 3.
I mean, did you ask him what he was chatting about with the judge?
No,
All the time?
I completely forgot
this
about
would
it.
be very interesting because when they talk so long about probably the situation,
I mean,
what they
and
were
the judge
talking
even
about.
stayed around until he reanimated the Painter, then activated the Grindstone, and then he went away.
So he was thinking to himself, I have seen it all. I've seen enough.
Probably he wanted to know, the judge, if he can reanimate. If he reanimates the Painter, if he can
Choose your
choose
own
a color.
your color, and not I am choosing the color. I think this was basically the call or something like that.
Probably,
Okay, yeah.
and he just totally forgot about the Grindstone on the board.
I mean, it was kind of an unlucky situation, I think, because I think Archon is a one-off in Reanimator nowadays, and he had to find the show and tell because he had no graveyard because of Leyline. So he had to find the show and tell and the one-off Archon, and he found it, and basically it locks up the game basically. And yeah, it happened there, and I basically I think I'm gonna do the 1 turn and then I lose. And I mean, I theoretically I think had a win with basically crazy synthesizer interactions or something like that. In theory, I could have still won or something like that. But yeah, then my opponent gave me or donated.
He donated it. It was a harmless offering.
It was a harmless offering or a donate. Yeah. But yeah, was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's great. That's such a great story.
Any other misplays here?
Well, not really a misplay, but I realized that for Storm perspective, a card that is really hard to play around and plan your turns ahead is fucking Counterbalance.
Boy, yeah,
Even
I also
without
hate
top,
it. It's just so.
I played against Claudio Bonanni. He's one of the profound Miracles player, and it was completely crushed by Counterbalance all the time.
Yeah,
and
it's nowadays even an inclusion in Delver.
In Delver, yeah, exactly. This was I wanted to say also. I had also a Delver opponent. I luckily beat Delver, I think. Yes, but I also faced Counterbalance out of the Delver player's sideboard, yeah, for sure. And it's not a pleasant card to face when you're on Storm.
at least there is no Senses Divining
Yeah,
top
at
to
least,
pair.
at least. I mean, it's fine, but it's very
It's a hard card to play.
Yeah, because you kind of have to guess. I mean, always have to play a testing card to know what card is on top, if no kind of setting up in or no brainstorms are involved. So I don't know, have to cast a ritual just in case, and then see what the cards will be flipped, and then I can plan my turn. And I have to do this like almost every turn, and maybe I can then sneak in a win. But if I don't know, I have to cast a lot of riddles and rituals and discard spells, and there's a seems a one card on top, I just have to pass because I can't cast my spells.
Yeah.
So you're like unbanned, top ban, counterbalance.
Oh yeah, for sure, because I want my own.
I can agree with this. Because
We're all free in ban.
do I have
unbanned top.
to? Do I have to put away synthesizer then?
Probably.
No, but yeah, maybe, I'm not sure. But it's not a card advantage, right? It is just selection. You exchange one
Do
card
you
in the
know
battlefield.
what Senses Divining Top and Goblin Welder does?
Well,
It fucks over the opponent.
yeah.
What I really got to say about this whole event was that I really like the 4-color check pile list.
Yeah, from Thomas Ma.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's
What
so greedy. Fuck yeah.
You mean the German Jausenhaufen?
Jausenpile.
Yeah.
Jausenhaufen. Yeah.
He calls it Swaka pile or
Yeah.
Swacha pile. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. And it's basically like a snack pile.
Yeah, you snack your opponents. That's,
Probably. And a snack is called Jause in Austria.
a gute Bredeljausen.
In der gemütlichen
Gemütlich hitten, yeah. Kai asked me about the gemütlich hitten when we met in Freising.
Yeah. So tell us, you were in Freising.
Oh yeah, it was. Unfortunately, you couldn't join us, but
No.
greetings from Kai. I should.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
He's such a great dude. I got to know him in person finally because we made a podcast together, and I'm personally a big fan of his content creation. I watch his streams all the time, basically. And finally, since he moved to Berlin, he also came to this event. And oh my god, I mean, magic-wise, it was catastrophic for me. I played Storm, and I don't know, like always now, and it had 35 degrees in the shadow, basically. In Freising, it was
So you played Dorte Voidwalker.
kind of, yeah. It was so hot. It was so hot inside also this restaurant and everything. And I made a lot of mistakes, a lot of stupid mistakes, honestly, because I don't know, Burning Wish for empty and realize I don't have any more red mana and something like this.
Wait, what?
And then, oh fuck, pass the turn. And I was completely thrown over by the heat, and it was a really bad day magic wise. I only went 2 and 4, I think, for the main event. But
Was that also a side event?
no, the side event would be standing at the bar and drink beer. This would be a nice side event.
I mean,
I
the
think.
side event could be
I
shopping
could
at
totally
Kai's.
join this.
Yeah, for sure. He had some of his proxies that he painted laid on the table. Really nice stuff, really amazing stuff. I ordered some nice token for myself from Kai that I want to reveal in one of the upcoming results episodes when I actually
when you get
the card. This would be nice. And well, of course, also Julian was there. I played against him in the first round.
And you smacked him?
I won against Julian actually because he was on elves, and this is kind of a Jausen matchup for Storm. No, I mean, it is pretty good matchup for Storm for sure.
Yeah.
And besides that, I also played against one other fan of ours.
Wow, really?
He said he knows us.
And by the way, the fan interactions in Bologna.
Oh wow, that was so
It was
awesome.
so cool to meet you guys there,
For sure.
and for you in Freising too.
For Freising also, and hopefully in a lot of future events also. Mark was also there. Mark Erik Vogt, we chatted a lot about. Well, he kind of introduced me to Middle Earth, the card game, a little bit.
Have you played it a little bit?
No, but he recommended a vendor in Austria that he has contact with. And
In Salzburg?
yeah, maybe I will contact the guy once, and then maybe we can jam a game or something like this. Because it sounds fun.
The game lasts like 4
Yeah.
hours.
It's really nice, yeah. And afterwards we had a nice dinner there. We actually stayed at the etc.
Ate you again? Spaghetti.
No,
Olio.
I ate spaghetti vegetarian.
Okay,
at this
so
time.
it wasn't like burning your mouth.
No, but it was pretty spicy nonetheless. I don't know what is up with this cook. It's completely spicy, but it was bearable. It was bearable. It was good. It was fine. Yeah, and so looking for this next time, we definitely have to join again. Kai, he says he will be there. Like not always or not every time, but frequently he will come there more often now, since it is not that long of a journey, of course.
Yeah, and for him it's good to get out with the proxies directly to the people. I mean, it's also kind of his job to sell cards, and I think
Yeah, that's true.
in a proxy friendly environment, I think it's a good.
We
place to
shall
stay.
totally check out the train to Freising. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
it's easier.
I actually got this advice from, I don't know whom it was, but I think it was I think it was Tishi. Shout out to Tishi, by the way. I think his name is Tom.
This was the guy that was sick and couldn't attend
Couldn't
Bologna.
attend to Bologna. I also got to meet him there. Also really nice dude.
Yeah.
I think it was him. Sorry if I'm mistaken, but I think we can drive to Passau, and then from Passau you can take the train, and you are in 2 hours in Freising. It is not that long, actually.
Could we also buy the €9 ticket from Germany?
I think so. I was told we can, but I'm not sure.
Because if we can, it would be way cheaper
Yeah,
to go
yeah, yeah.
It would
there.
be
but-
really extremely cheap.
Exactly, yeah. So maybe we can think about this in some next Freising event. There is also, I think, the next event for BB Spiele.
Yeah.
We got a invitation to
€5
that.
coupon or
Yeah.
something like that.
And yeah, it is on 16th
It's on the
of
16th
July.
where there is another wedding that I have to attend.
Oh, fuck these weddings.
Well, I'm not sure if I can attend myself, but I will definitely make sure I can attend the next Freising event. This is
Yeah, we'll
what
also make sure.
I mean, it kind of looks good because there is a volcanic for first or something like that.
Wow. Okay.
Or, I mean, there is a revised duel for the first
I think it is a
at
Savannah.
BB
That-
or a
that's-
Savannah.
I'm not sure what.
I mean,
think-
Savannah, volcanic.
But it's a
both
duel
revised.
for 15.
It is a duel,
for
yeah.
$15.
20.
20. Okay.
Or
20.
2025 in BB Spiele.
In Babyspiele, yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Wow. That
And
seems great.
by the way, also shout outs to the organization team of Freising. So
Yeah.
the team of Benedict, and he had 2 or 3 of 4 people, I think, attending, running all this kind of stuff. I wouldn't like to do this at all this heat. So
Yeah. I mean, they also do the serving of the drinks and stuff like that. I mean, it's a really, really cool location. So if you are nearby or within a 2-hour drive, I think you should attend the event at Freising.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Especially if you are like 3 to 4 guys joining in the car or enjoying the
by
€9
train.
ticket in Germany.
I would really love to go with the train. Maybe we can jam games.
Yeah.
In the train, so.
So
that's really
let's
great.
make Burn Train
Train.
Burn Train Freising the next
Burn train
next
Freising.
episode. And by the way, Benedict asked me a questions, and I can give to you right now.
Yeah.
He said to me, well, we made an interview with him with the organizational person of Benedict running the Freising event
Yeah.
in
Okay.
one of our episodes. He said this was just the organizational person, and this is not the real Benedict group.
Okay. So we have to have him as the guest again.
So this would be topic for another specialist. Who is the guy behind the organizational Benedict Gruber? Who's the real Benedict Gruber?
Who's the real one?
Yeah.
We don't know.
For sure. I think we can wrap it up here.
Yeah.
I think so too.
So as a wrap up, the community in Legacy is fucking
Amazing,
bonkers.
yeah.
It's
Shout out
amazing.
to Sahar Mihardi,
Yeah, for sure. Shout
Mono
outs-
Bluk,
Mona Bluk,
Sam Dams,
Sam Dams,
Markus Ewald,
Niv Shirley,
Niv
Nick
Shirley,
Shirley, yeah.
what else? Mark-Erik Vogt.
Mark Eric, yeah,
To
Jürgen,
also-
which was another guy.
The fucking Lorenzo.
Fucking Lorenzo,
Of course, Nicolo
Nicolo,
and
and Samuele.
Samuele.
Samuele,
It was great to meet you.
Yeah.
and
Then, well, we met Andrea Mengucci.
We have a selfie with him. Woo! Like the fake girls we are.
Then, but of course, also shout outs to Kai Salvatari, Julian.
because it all was great. And for everyone that we
Didn't-
just forgot
yeah.
here,
It's sometimes a little bit hard to remember everything, but
I'm sure you are a good guy.
if you like what we are doing, consider following us on Twitter. It's @response_legacy. You can find me on Twitter. It's @FinnickMTG, PHINEKMTG. Peter, where can people find you on social media?
Not on Instagram, but you can find me on Twitter. It's @unicornlord, but the O in the Lord is a 0. Where can we find you, Daniel?
Well, you can find me on Instagram, but I don't know my name actually. I think, or my nickname. I think it's just.
Daniel Pernosch.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
just Daniel Pernosch.
Okay,
yeah.
very simple. Huh? But otherwise, you can find me on Twitter, which is @FlyingDelva, my nickname, apparently. And of course, if you want to have a look at some Storm content, because you're kind of maybe interested now, since I'm talking all the time of Storm, you can have a look at this at greatness@anycost.com if you want to.
In response, the end.
This was In Response, a Legacy podcast. If you enjoyed the ride, feel free to support the show by following, leaving a review, or subscribe on patreon.com/response_legacy.